Hey everybody, I'm Billy.
I'm Steven.
We, in fact, are brothers.
It's true. We have the same mom and dad.
It's a biological thing.
It is. So today, we're going to talk to you, we're going to show you some pictures of our work, and we're going to talk to you a little bit about what we think is wrong with things in general, and what we think is odd or funny about that. So as artists, we don't really solve problems so much as just try to point them out and
Ask questions.
and look at them differently.
Yeah.
So that's what we're going to do.
Use humor.
We use humor a lot.
Yeah. So everybody in here knows somebody who has too many shoes, right?
I have too many shoes.
I myself, I have too many shoes.
There are a lot of shoes. There are probably way too many shoes worldwide.
Everybody, probably.
There are like half as many feet on the planet as there are shoes. Even if you include all the people that will never wear shoes.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's kind of a weird thing. In a pragmatic sense, it doesn't make sense. In a needs and wants sense, on the needs end of things, it doesn't really make sense. So it probably starts out small, and then grows and grows and grows and grows and gets bigger and bigger. And this is excessive.
It is excessive. And this excess leads to poor design. So this shoe is too long.
Way too long.
There are no feet on people that are this long. And
No.
if there are,
That's excessive.
that's excessive.
It stacks well, but it doesn't add up.
It doesn't.
No.
No.
No. So, and okay, basically you're solving the wrong part of the problem if
Yeah.
you're making a shoe this big for a foot that doesn't exist. So, as an example, design failure. In the city of Philadelphia, maybe like 5 years ago, they replaced all of the trash cans.
With these compactors that
know
are
some
solar
of you
powered,
know about
but they have a handle.
And
There's no reason anyone should ever have to touch a public trash can.
no. No.
Least of all in the city.
Yeah.
And least of all in the city of Philadelphia.
Yeah. Yeah, it's re-engineering the wrong part.
Right,
of
so
the
there are
design.
two parts to a lock. There's the U part and there's the lock part. And the lock part is complicated, and the more complicated it is, better it is.
Yeah, I think about picking this lock and a lock picker's set of tools. It's not really, you're going to get in there and try to put down like all the tumblers and the springs and stuff. It won't actually work. So if, and forget about the long key. If you have that on your carabiner, it's going to totally get caught on something, break, and there's no...
break. You're never going to be able to get one. You're not going to find a hardware store that can do one.
So, but if you don't have a bolt cutter or a hacksaw or, an angle grinder or something that's going to slice, dice, or like cut the dainty little U on this for security purposes,
No,
this is actually a really great lock.
No, it's a terrible lock.
No. It is a terrible lock.
It's a terrible lock.
They re-engineered the wrong part of the design.
Right.
Yeah, so we're living in an advanced age, right?
Right. Things have become so hyper-specialized that we solve problems we don't need to solve. We oversolve problems. We change things that are fine. I mean, I can't even think of how many phones came out last year that do exactly the same thing.
And then they're off the market just as
And then they're off the market. And
Is this convenient?
no.
No.
It's not. We're moving we're moving laterally instead of forward.
Sometimes.
And sometimes we even move backwards
Yeah.
to what looks like it would be convenient because you can tell exactly what it's for.
But this
it
is
won't
stupid.
work. It wouldn't even work here.
This is not going to actually sweep your stairs. You can make the connection and it might work, but there's not. I mean, it's not for a set of stairs like that. You're like half the broom isn't even having to work.
Or it's
What's
going to hit the
broom
floor,
closet
or
look
it
for
breaks.
this
Where do you
broom?
put it?
Yeah, no. It's pretty.
Your stairs probably aren't that size anyway.
Yeah, it's pretty stupid. But this, on the other hand, this is not stupid. This is amazing. This
is got all the elegance of a vintage typewriter with the ease of thumb typing
ergonomics.
on a BlackBerry
Downloads
keyboard.
0.000 megabytes a second.
It does not take batteries.
No, it's
So
battery.
that it will never die.
Yeah. There's an extension cord, but if you
It's
drop this, you
long.
don't have to worry about breaking the screen.
break your foot.
Maybe your toes. Yes.
The floor,
Yeah.
tiles.
No. When you get to the end of your text message, it goes bing, and you go, no, not quite. This is the past and the future at the same time.
So let's talk about fur. So let's imagine what it takes to make a fur hat. Let's say it's mink. And let's say it takes 3 minks to make that hat. And it's a beautiful hat. And it blows up almost overnight. It's in movies, music videos. It's on the heads of all sorts of famous people. And so all these kind of knockoff industries spring up overnight. They're made from rabbit because it's cheaper. And it takes like 5 of them. Mink populations drop. There's far fewer rabbits in the world. And maybe some laws change. Industrial farms open. Now the rabbits are sickly, so it takes 8 rabbits to make it. And ultimately, it takes millions of animals to support this boom industry.
Right.
And in our culture, that's a success.
And that's why Elmo is so sad. Really?
It is. There's
It
a
is.
discount price on the knockoff soul of Elmo.
Yeah, there's got to be another way, right?
There has to be another way.
Yeah. Okay. So, misogyny is not funny. It's not.
Sexism is not
No,
funny.
no, but vanity
Vanity.
can be funny.
Hysterical.
Yes. It most definitely can be. So, when
So
some
anytime something bad happens in the world, there are comedians everywhere who immediately know that they're going to have to make a joke about it. Or about something
Tough
about
job.
it. Right. So bad guys are easy targets. Usually fair game.
So, and if you look at an industry that capitalizes off the objectification of women, and then you look at how pathetic and depraved and sorry, it's just, and the grossness of that in turn can be turned into something that's funny.
Right, the shallowness, the fiction
shallowness,
of it.
So this is a Pink Lady Stamina Training Unit, AKA a fleshlight, disguised in a Stanley thermos
It does not
for convenience.
get any manlier than this.
Or dumb,
Or dumb.
or unjust.
Or sad. Or
Yes.
less fair.
Oh, sorry. Sorry. Yeah, basically that last slide was supposed to be a very welcome opportunity for what is the question of our time,
Right.
which is how do we talk about
How do you talk about
bad
serious things?
Yeah, yeah.
Bad
So,
things.
bad things.
So that we can hear them.
Yeah, yeah. So these bad things are candy, sweets, treats. Yeah.
Be mindful not to overindulge.
Right. You have to do this in moderation. more
It's
or
not
less.
even really food. It's only food-like. And because it's already bad for you, it's kind of okay to make it out of things that are already bad for you.
Yep.
It's cheaper
And that's
that
cheap.
way. So you can make more. And
And it's, I mean, I think about it and like the idea that this can, like snacks and things that are all really sugary, these things lead to, you know, all kinds of diseases and bad habits. And you have to think about not eating the entire bag like in one sitting and exercising restraint and self-control.
obesity,
Yeah, it's,
diabetes.
okay, all right. This is the whitest of white meat. And okay, this is actually happening to our chickens right now. We are
It
doing
doesn't
this
look like this exactly.
No,
This is a dramatization.
with drugs and hormones. It's a little bit extreme, but it's conveying a point that this is actually happening.
It is actually. We've actually done this for Dufala Family Thanksgiving. Yes, it's true.
So
the whole
I'm going to
family
tell
was
you a little
involved.
bit
Yeah,
about this. I'm going to run it
Billy's
through.
gonna
It's a
tell
really
you
quick demo. Give you
how
guys
to do
all
it.
food fodder for future family get-togethers. So you take a chicken, and then you go in
Or
around
turkey.
the neck, or turkey, preferably a chicken, and you go in and you separate the skin away from the breast meat, and then you take 2 potatoes.
If it's a turkey, use turnips.
And then you carve out the back of that potato so it fits to the curvature of the rib cage. And you take these 2 carved potato implants and you put them into the chicken around where the loose skin is that you separated, and then you form it right to about right here, and then you skew it into the rib cage with like a skewer. And then you take 2 slices of carrot and you pop out the little center of the carrot, and you slide that in. That's your areola, and that goes in over top the potato implant. If you like cranberries, put a little incision in the middle of that carrot slice while it's under the skin and pop a cranberry in for the nipple. If you're really looking for that bronzed, nice tan, you can dress your chicken up in a tinfoil bikini and then cover it, put it in the oven, and do as you would.
Right. And we trust that if you are going to try this, you will procure a free-range, grain-fed organic bird. And we can also promise you that this will change the dynamic of your dinner time conversation.
It most definitely will. Okay. It's sad, but I think some of you are laughing, right?
So, there's a lot of stuff in our lives, and all this excess that we're talking about and the perversions and distortions kind of pile up around us, separating us from the rest of the world in a way, especially with technology. It's so hard to really understand. It was funny watching the animal video about people just understanding their animals, because that's kind of ending the more there's earbuds and phones and things. So, take a lesson from this. We are social creatures.
We are social creatures, absolutely.
And when difficult things, the weight of the world, the problems of the world, we're perpetually at war, et cetera, eating lead. That stuff is bearable if we can learn to look at it strangely and laugh at it. That's a way in that if you talk point blank about something, it can shut people off. And I think, you think, we think, that is so, so important.
Yep.
And just because it's the drug section. This
Yep.
is where laughter really is the best medicine.
Yeah. So, thank you for listening to us. Thank you, folks.